Hi, I'm Kari Steele, President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago Board of Commissioners. We worked with our partners at the Village of Mount Prospect, who then coordinated with the River Trails Park District to create many new attractive amenities at Aspen Trails Park with an upgraded playground and athletic fields. Below the surface, the Aspen Trails improvements include a stormwater detention vault with more than 5.5 million gallons of storage capacity. We also installed a new storm sewer and restored curbs, sidewalks, driveways, and parkways. As a result, the project provides flood relief for approximately 100 structures. It's the second of two stormwater management projects completed at River Trails Parks in Mount Prospect. Also at the nearby Burning Bush Trails Park, a detention basin and improved storm sewers were constructed to provide additional flood relief within the Levee 37 interior drainage area. But these projects did not happen overnight. Thanks to the foresight, planning, and investment of our local partners and the intergovernmental agreements we established, we leveraged our resources to help deliver multiple benefits. Through our Stormwater Partnership Program, local governments and public agencies within MWRD's corporate boundaries can apply for MWRD funding and assistance to build stormwater management projects like we have at the Aspen Trails and Burning Bush Trails Parks in Mount Prospect.
I've been on the board for almost 32 years, and during that entire time we have been focused on flood control throughout our village. And I don't think there's anybody that's been untouched by flooding of some sort in their basements, in their yards, whatever it might be. There's nothing worse than having water in your basement, in your home, ruining your possessions. There's just nothing worse. Well, I would tell you that this solution came in multiple stages over many years. Ultimately, sitting down with staff, thinking through those solutions, we came up with this ultimate solution of Burning Bush and Aspen Trails Parks being detention facilities for the neighborhood. And so the water, when it rains very heavily, the water proceeds to these detention areas, where then after the storm event, the water is released. It has helped so many residents and neighborhoods in this part of our town, and I could not be happier for that.
The impact on this neighborhood is going to be life-changing. Where it used to be that streets and homes were inundated with stormwater, every year on a regular basis, it's now going to be hopefully a very rare event and dramatically improve the quality of life around here. But what we found over the past couple of decades is that it was very frequent that we'd get heavy storms that would exceed the capacity of the storm sewer system and cause flooding in these neighborhoods. So the fix was to add detention to the existing system. So we started that project essentially to add detention to this area. We hired a consulting engineer, Christopher B. Burke Engineering, out of Rosemont, Illinois, to do a flood study for us back in 2014, 2015.
The MWRD has been a great partner to many communities throughout the Chicagoland area in identifying practical and implementable flood control and stormwater management projects. This was a project that addressed the types of things the MWRD has pursued over the years. And it was a logical partner and a great partner with the village. We looked at Burning Bush and Aspen Trails around 2015 is when we started our investigations with the village staff in identifying storage areas, parking lots for water. One of the things that we now are restricted to in these urban areas, because they're all built out, is to identify key parcels that are strategically located within the watershed, are low enough and hydraulically connected to make sure that they work. So we identified every green space, open space within the village that could possibly be used to temporarily store water.
We had a bit of a problem trying to find detention in this case because everything's built, there's no open spaces, and putting storage and pipes underground is extremely expensive and is kind of a last resort thing. So we were trying to communicate with schools because they tend to have open areas around, and we're looking at park districts that had park facilities in the area. And we were just at one of those meetings, and we ran into Bret, who's the executive director at the River Trails Park District. And so we started talking. We realized that, hey, maybe there's an opportunity here to do two things at once and kind of be super efficient with spending money, and that we could improve local parks substantially and add a large amount of stormwater storage all at the same time.
It was great that the village saw us as a potential partner for this type of a project. I know the schools were also in the conversation, and the great thing about Parks and Recreation is that generally speaking, the park spaces are large, wide open spaces that can be utilized for exactly this. So as a director, I look for every opportunity to improve the systems within our inventory, and the idea that I'm a pretty big nature buff anyway, so the idea that water, does better when it comes to parks versus being, in someone's yard, someone's basement. We give it a place to be so that it helps improve the community as a whole. Front yards, backyards just don't do it. Every community needs good open green spaces. While this isn't a wetland, but the idea that water has a place to go instead of staying in people's properties, it's always a good thing.
So we knew we needed to get this done, right? Then it's a matter of going to work to find the money. We knew we had to get it done, and we were willing to step up at a certain level, but we didn't have that kind of funding. And so, reaching out to various entities like the MWRD and such, we were able to find grants to get that done. And then working with the Park District, that was huge. And the Park District here at River Trails Park District has always been a cooperative partner with us. And the timing was perfect. They needed a new park equipment here. They essentially needed a new park. And we were able to work with them to provide that. But not only here, but also at Burning Bush. And it's been a real benefit to the neighborhood, not only in terms of stormwater detention, but in terms of recreational capacity here in this neighborhood for the kids to play.
Yeah, having MWRD involved was incredibly important. Both projects had, there was a high value to them. So, and we know that locally, these are types of projects that can't really be managed as individual units of government. We just don't have the ability to fund a larger project. Both parks had OSLAD grants, Open Space Land Acquisition and Development grants through IDNR. They were great partners for the scale of this project and all the different entities involved. I would say this was probably one of the easier projects that I've been involved with from top down. The village was awesome. MWRD was awesome. Our boards, both the village, the Park District Board, the school boards, for all the entities that were involved, this actually was a really well done, well orchestrated project.
There was tremendous collaboration. This project initiated with a study, and the studies don't move forward unless you have great partners like the village had with the Park District that was instrumental and cooperative. These projects moved at a relatively fast pace together with the district's help in getting some real and meaningful flood relief for the residents of Mount Prospect.
I would say that the coolest thing about it was working with River Trails Park District on this solution has been fantastic. It's given us an opportunity to do two projects and kind of combine our efforts and really get a lot of value for the expenditure. And of course, working with the MWRD has been fantastic. They've been funding partners in both of these solutions, and without their participation, we would not have been able to do really either one of these projects. As far as reaching out and taking advantage of the Stormwater Partnership Program, if your circumstance is not similar to where we were at, I would say to give MWRD a call. I think most folks would probably be surprised at what's available.
We need more projects like this across the northwest suburbs, frankly, across the entire Chicagoland area. And it's as I said, it's collaborative, it's cooperative, and it's all about quality of life, right? And if we can improve quality of life for all the people of a region through these programs, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Between Burning Bush Trails Park and Aspen Trails Park, the MWRD contributed more than $3.6 million to complete these critically important projects. This is solid planning, designed to consider multiple benefits, improving our parks and infrastructure to strengthen our communities and build resilience. Between regional flood control projects and local stormwater partnerships, the MWRD has developed a capital improvement plan resulting in more than 220 projects aimed at flood reduction, protecting over 17,000 structures. And your community can be next. We encourage municipalities and other government agencies to reach out. Consider the importance of addressing stormwater management and apply for funding assistance today. Please visit MWRD.org to learn more, and we look forward to working with you.